What if I told you there is a castle in Scotland that looks like it's been attacked by graffiti artists in the best possible way? Ooh. A place where centuries-old stone walls meet bold, colourful street art, where history and creativity collide in a way you absolutely don't expect from a traditional Scottish castle. Today, we're visiting Kelburn Castle, and the real question is, why visit Kelburn Castle, and is it actually worth your time? Let's find out. Nestled just outside Largs on Scotland's west coast, Kelburn Castle isn't your typical postcard perfect fortress. There are no moody grey tones, no dramatic crumbling ruins. Instead, you're greeted by something completely unexpected. A castle that looks like it belongs in an art gallery, or maybe a dream. And that's exactly what makes this place so interesting. As you arrive, the estate feels peaceful. Rolling greenery, wooden walks, and that unmistakable calm you only really get in the Scottish countryside. Everything feels fairly normal, almost traditional. And then you see it. The castle. And suddenly you're thinking, wait, am I in the right place? Because the exterior of Kelburn Castle is covered, completely covered, in vibrant, surreal, graffiti-style artwork. Not vandalism, not a gimmick, but a carefully designed, internationally recognised art project. So, what actually makes Kelburn Castle unique? Well, back in 2007, the owners of the castle, rather than restoring the exterior in the usual way, decided to do something completely different. They invited a group of Brazilian street artists to transform the building. Yes, Brazilian artists painting a Scottish castle. And somehow, it works. The result is a bold, colourful explosion of creativity. Giant faces, abstract shapes, flowing designs. It's like the castle itself has come alive. And what's fascinating is that this isn't just a temporary display. It's become part of the castle's identity. Now, here's the thing. You might think this would ruin the historic feel, but oddly, it does the opposite. Because behind that modern artwork is a structure that dates back to the 13th century. So you're not losing history, you're seeing it evolve. It's one of the few places where past and present genuinely coexist in the same space. And that's something you don't see every day. Now, let's talk about what you can actually do when you visit, because this isn't just a quick take a photo and leave kind of place. First up, you've got the castle grounds themselves. Wide open spaces, perfect for a relaxed wander. Whether you're strolling casually or just taking in the views, it's the kind of place where you can slow things down a bit. Then there's the woodland walks. These are ideal if you want something a bit more immersive. Quiet paths, fresh air, and just enough scenery to make you forget about everything else for a while. If you're visiting with family, there is a brilliant play area, and not just a token swing and slide setup. It's actually one of the highlights for kids.
Wow.
Think climbing frames, zip lines, and plenty of space to burn off energy while you supervise from a comfortable distance. There is also a small cafe on site, which is always a welcome sight. But unfortunately, in my visit, the cafe was closed. But thankfully, the tuck shop does have a coffee machine and sells really good snacks. Because let's be honest, no Scottish day out is complete without a hot drink and something sweet. And if you're lucky with the weather, which, let's face it, it's never guaranteed, you can sit outside and enjoy the surroundings. Simple but effective. For those who enjoy a bit of exploring, the estate often hosts seasonal events too. Things like markets, outdoor activities, and occasional festivals. So depending on when you visit, there could be even more going on. What makes Kelburn Castle particularly enjoyable is how relaxed it feels. There is no pressure to rush. No strict route you have to follow. You can spend an hour here or a whole afternoon. It's the kind of place where you can just wander and see what you find. And because it's a bit off the typical tourist trail, it doesn't feel overcrowded. You're not fighting for space or waiting in line. You can actually enjoy the experience. And that's becoming increasingly rare. So, why visit Kelburn Castle? Because it offers something completely and genuinely different. Scotland has no shortage of castles, but very few of them feel this unique. It's not just about history. It's not just about scenery. It's about creativity. It's about seeing something unexpected. And most importantly, it's memorable. You won't leave thinking, that was just another castle. You'll leave thinking, I've never seen anything like that before. So now, for the big question, is Kelburn Castle worth visiting? Honestly, the answer is yes, but it depends what you're looking for. If you're expecting a traditional, untouched, historic castle interior tour, this isn't quite that. But if you're open to something a little different, something that blends history with modern creativity, something that feels relaxed, enjoyable, and just a bit unexpected, then Kelburn Castle is absolutely worth your time. It's not trying to be like every other castle, and that is exactly why it stands out. So if you find yourself exploring Ayrshire, maybe near Largs, and you're wondering whether to make a stop, go for it, because Kelburn Castle might just surprise you, and sometimes those are the places you remember the most. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Would you visit a graffiti covered castle, or do you prefer the traditional kind? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.